If you can handle what I'm about to say without getting defensive, it means you finally started thinking with your own mind instead of the one that you were conditioned to use. Because if you really look at your life, you'll see that most of what you react to, believe in, and defend didn't start with you at all. It started with what you were told as a kid and never stopped to question that. You were sat in front of a TV and taught what danger looks like. So now one headline can flip your entire mood for the rest of the day, and you act like that feeling is yours, when in reality, it's just a trigger that they installed in you years ago. You were taken to church, handed a set of rules, and told what a good person is. So now you feel guilty for thinking for yourself or walking away from beliefs that never matched who you really were inside, and you confuse that guilt with some kind of spiritual signal. You were put in a classroom, told to sit still, be quiet, raise your hand, and repeat the right answers. So now you clock into a job you hate, follow orders you don't respect, and call it being a responsible adult instead of admitting you're still performing for an authority figure. You watch the news, see a story from a place that you've never been, filmed by someone you don't even know, and somehow you're ready to argue about it at work, with your family, and online like you were in the room when it happened. You vote for people who you don't trust, then spend 4 years blaming them or defending them because you were trained to believe picking a side means you're doing your part. And while all this is happening, the same media that scares you, the same religion that shames you, and the same politics that divide you never once sat you down and showed you how to make money without them. Because as long as your bills depend on them, your life does too. You can meditate, journal, and wake up all you want, but if your income is controlled by the same world you say you're waking up from, they still own your time, your options, and your decisions. The only real shift is when your money starts coming from your own mind, your own skills, your own assets. So if a company, a pastor, a politician, or a network turns on you tomorrow, your house, your kids, and your future are still covered. That's why I talk about digital assets and AI as the first real way in history that people can turn what they know into their own online money without asking the system or anyone else for permission. Now, if you felt any of this, if you saw yourself in any of this, you don't just want to change this, you need to change this. The world is not slowing down. It's not gonna wait on you to figure it out. That's why I created the source of digital assets and put it in my bio, because you don't break out of this by hoping that the system gets nicer to you. You break out of this by having your own digital assets that generate you income that they cannot touch. If you're serious about being financially liberated from everything I just described, that isn't optional. That's the starting point.